Welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and we have part 2 from Adventure Comics 320, published May 1964, with story by Jerry Siegel and art by John Forte and George Papp. And my assumption is this part 2 is drawn by George Papp. If you're amazed to learn that Superboy's old foe, Dev-Em, is now on the side of law and order, another surprise awaits you. Prepare for a shock as Superboy, in his secret masquerade as Dev-Em, penetrates the hidden lair of the universe's most dangerous master spy. You will witness and never forget the treachery of Molock the Merciless. Ha! Here is the great reward you earned, Dev-Em, for stealing the Legion's security secrets for me. No, gold kryptonite. Its radiations permanently take away the superpowers of anyone from Krypton. Spoiler alert. Choke. Now I know why you're called Molock the Merciless. So, green kryptonite only came into existence a few years earlier, like 1962 or something. In the same place a lot of elements are created, Superboy comics, or actually Adventure Comics, but it was a Superboy story. So they're going to send Superboy dressed as Dev-Em out to infiltrate these criminals. Come with me to the lab room, Dev-Em. You and I can give Superboy some assistance. Now, it was going to be Dev-Em, who is a Kryptonian, but they've decided to send Superboy instead because he's more experienced in espionage. So he makes himself up to look like Dev-Em. What a strange twist. Years ago, you disguised yourself as me for villainous reasons. Today, you're helping me masquerade as you for a good purpose. So they decide to, rather than trick him with some photos, they're going to actually create some fake traps that would be within the clubhouse. So he's got this this jeweled model that apparently, if touched, will blind the thief. Then Element Lad changes this pen into ultrasight, and it is electrified by Lightning Lad. And he takes those to the villainous Moloch. Dev-Em told me how to get to the Cosmic Spy League's headquarters. I can hardly wait to meet the master spy Moloch face to face. I'd like to fly there in seconds, but I've got to cover up by traveling this comparatively slow way. I'm not sure why. But Moloch is certainly aware he's a Kryptonian. So their villainous lair is in the ironic Palace of Peace and Goodwill, and they're showing various heroes of peace, including Braino of the planet Mraihan, who took all the evil of the planet onto himself, which killed him. So as he goes into this secret room, he goes through a rainbow beam, engulfs him, and teleports him into the lair of Moloch. Great galaxies! That beam has teleported me into the secret meeting room of the Cosmic Spy League. I'm now in the presence of Moloch the Merciless. A question, Dev-Em, and your answer had better be satisfactory. Our monitors couldn't observe what took place inside the lead-lined Legion clubhouse while you were waiting. What happened? So he says that he went in there and demonstrated his powers as a Kryptonian. I'm not sure why. I mean, I know this didn't actually happen, but it's funny that Mon-El's sitting there holding on to the table like, oh dear. I used to be against the law, but now I've reformed. I think you guys are tops. How about letting me join the league? Yeah, you could use another Kryptonian level member. Put us down. We'll think it over. Come back next week and we will tell you our decision. So then he explains that he stole some of these items that he can demonstrate. This model superhero clubhouse studded with gems was to be placed among their trophies. Upon being switched on, if a thief touched it, a dazzling brilliance is emitted, which could blind him temporarily until he was caught. It can't affect me because I'm super. Turn it off. And then he shows the pen with a buzz alarm. Well done, Dev-Em. Moloch generously rewards underlings who perform missions successfully. Would you rather be paid in cash or gold? Answer. I'll take gold. It's gold kryptonite. Gold K radiations take away the superpowers of anyone from Krypton permanently. That's true. I'll never be super again. Why have you done this awful thing? I don't want anyone in the Cosmic Spy League who's powerful enough to oust me and become the new leader. Now that Dev-Em is non-super, we can blast him out of existence with the ray guns. Ready, aim, no. They blast him, but all they do is reveal that it's Superboy. And Moloch is a little confused as to why it didn't rob Superboy of his powers, and he explains that that was not gold kryptonite, it was Proty 2. Moloch says, "Blast you! How'd you learn about the gold kryptonite trap?" And Superboy basically says, "None of your business." I kind of like that. But we do get an explanation. Dev-Em was tasked with going out and retrieving some gold K, so he was aware that Moloch had gold K and wanted to let Superboy know. But he doesn't tell Superboy, but he puts Proty 2 into his cape pouch. And so now this is the first time I remember Proty actually just talking like a normal. He was able to read minds, but now he's just chatting away. Well, hidden in the disguise costume worn by Superboy, I read Moloch's mind. Learning of his plan to use the gold kryptonite against Dev-Em, I went into action. So apparently there was another lead box there, and he swapped the two of them and made himself look like Gold K. This is Proty 2 communicating with you mentally, Superboy. Moloch doesn't know I've changed into fake Gold K and have substituted myself for the real kryptonite he wants to use against you. When he springs the trap, pretend it's worked on you. I'm not sure why. Okay, Proty, will do. What a laugh. Whew, to think I'd have been destroyed if not for the forethought of former enemy. Thanks, Dev-Em. I know I speak for all my comrades when I say I'd be honored if you would join the Legion. I appreciate your offer, Mono, but I'll have to refuse. You see, I've got my heart set on belonging to the Interstellar Counterintelligence Corps, but thanks lots. Sizzling comets. This is the first time in the Legion's history that anyone ever turned down a chance to join it. Well, actually, Dream Girl did it just recently. I'll be a three-eyed Kryptonian babooch. Imagine Dev-Em reformed and saving me from doom. This is one of the most astounding adventures I've ever had. But will Dev-Em continue to be law-abiding? I wonder. So I don't remember if Dev-Em is ever used again in the Legion of Superheroes. He certainly does return in comics, and his origin and everything was kind of changed up. But we do have another Kryptonian, and apparently his parents are alive too somewhere. So we have at least 3 more Kryptonians wandering around, even if they have very little effect on the DCU.